not dead. It's just like, that question is very similar when people say, is email dead? And I even have a question like, is website dead? And my take on this is, all of them are actually alive and well. And in terms of the marketing funnel, the thing is, let's think before we talk about marketing funnel, set that aside. Is that dead or not? It doesn't matter. It's like, how does your customer come to you? Let's talk about that first, right?
Great.
And they obviously started with some sort of search, and they have a certain kind of needs. And after they do some search, and they do a lot of research on their own, and if they do a lot of research on their own, they also talk to their peers. And if they talk to peers, they might still talk to a salespeople. So when that's set aside a marketing funnel, and let's assume the marketing funnel is completely dead. But then let's not worry about that at all. Then let's worry about how your customer find you, how your customer, needs to be served. Well, let's talk about that then. Then use that as your marketing funnel.
Oh, that's a really great point. The reason why I was asking and intentively a little bit like shocking, it was because it seems that now for some marketers, this marketing funnel is such a headache and so complex
Yeah.
setup that we almost forget what we're doing it. And at some point we say, okay, I need to move forward. I need to put this aside and just like deliver something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And what makes things even more complex for content marketers specifically is that we have so many options in terms of content type today. We have so many topics we could address.
Totally agree.
Yeah, to structure that and to make it fit into the marketing funnel can honestly be really overwhelming.
Very, very overwhelming and stressful. Yeah. So, Corinne, you brought a very good point. I mean, there are a million ways to actually to reach out to your customers. Okay, seriously. Okay, it's kind of like there's a million ways to break up with your boyfriend. Sorry, I'm kidding. Anyway, let's come back. I just thought about it and I was like, oh, why don't I just say that? That was kind of dumb. All right, we are B2B marketers. We need to be serious. Anyway, yeah, the thing is, for all the B2B marketers, we got overwhelmed very quickly because we feel like, oh my God, there's so many ways they can come to us. Okay, there's so many ways they can do a keyword search. Oh my God, there's so many ways they can go to events and find us. Okay, my take on this is, if that happens to you, you are overwhelmed. What you need to do is take a break. That's like, hold down. We need a break. Okay, we need a break to grab a glass of wine. No, I'm kidding. But really, if you are overwhelmed like that, you need to take a break. Then you come back, and then you kind of like think through, like you have to rethink the problem. Kind of like me, I'm closing my eyes. I was like, okay, this is way too complicated. It's overwhelming. Okay, it's too much work. Let's think about it first. Okay, let's think about it in a very simple way. Number way is, okay, so the customers tend to find us on the website, on the internet. Okay, so we definitely need to do keyword search. Okay, that's one thing we cannot get rid of. Okay, when they come to our website, depending on what they do, okay, we need to have some sort of content. But okay, that can we sort it? Can we just identify one or two problems we want to solve? Let's just identify one or two things we want to solve and just focus on that. All right, if they have this challenge, what kind of journey do they usually go through? You define it, not your customer define it. I want to make that very clear. Okay. You define how you want this flow to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You said you're going to say, all right, this is how I'm going to define their flow. They're going to do some search. Okay. That means I need to have some keywords. Okay. When they come to this website to solve this problem, these are the couple contents I want to make sure they see. Okay. Then on the back end, you will know if they see it or not. If they see it, when they download this content, I will make sure that I have their IP address, because they come to so I use the IP sniffer. So I will see their IP address. I will see what kind of company they are. I possibly can do a little research on that. When I have the IP address, and I want to know, I want to have a tool set up that to be able to find out potentially what this person is. Once I have this person, I want to make sure I send out the email, or I want to do a LinkedIn connection. So it's not about, oh my God, there are so many ways they can come to us. It's about, let me focus on just one. If they come to us, this is how I want to dictate they follow it through. Or I want to dictate I do to reach out to them. Does that make sense? So you narrow it down to one or two things. And I know it's hard to do that, but that's sometimes when you are so overwhelmed, that's what you need to do.
Okay. In a way, you take the lead. You're not letting him telling you where he's gonna go. You just tell him where to go.
Exactly. You tell them where they need to go. You structure it. You structure your yellow brick road.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for this one, because it's really I know for a fact that on a daily life there is the theory, and on a daily life it's not always that easy to set this marketing funnel.
It is not. And if you work in the enterprise, you need buy-in. If you just want to focus on one or two in terms of building that workflow, sometimes you need buy-in from internal team and make sure they understand.
Sure.
And to get support, because they're going to pull you in 5 different directions. I need email marketing done today. And the next thing, social media. I need to do social media.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes I call that job security.